Huda Katan, who you all may know as the founder of Huda Beauty, is a makeup artist, YouTuber, and it looks like her most recent endeavor is to roast smaller beauty creators for their makeup techniques. She is getting called out all over her Instagram, TikTok, and even YouTube for what she publicly did on her TikTok 2 days ago. People are even demanding an apology from her to the poor girl that was unexpectedly brought into this, so let's talk about it. So if you guys are unaware on why Huda Katan has been under hot water over these past few days, let's just say she kind of brought this all onto herself. To start off, Huda hasn't been that active on her YouTube channel anymore, and she's transferred most of her content creation over to TikTok. She's super active on there, and now a good chunk of her content stems around reacting to other people's makeup techniques. She pretty much just stitches creators' TikToks who are trying cool little makeup hacks and then gives it a try for herself. But the other day, she didn't do just that, instead of trying to replicate this hack that she uploaded. I mean, I don't know if Huda was just having a bad day this day, but so many people are calling her out, asking her why she was acting so mean towards this smaller creator, just being so shady in this TikTok, making faces, and just giving off a horrible vibe to this poor smaller creator who's just trying out a technique that a lot of people actually found unique and interesting.
With color correcting, you always want to use orange on the greenish bruise-like spots, then green around all the reddish spots, then I use yellow around where I use the orange spots because it cancels bruise-like areas, and then red, and it should be good.
Okay, we do not need to use that much color corrector. Actually, the whole thing of color correcting is just to put a little bit of color corrector so that you don't see any pigmentation anymore. You don't need to put that much corrector on and then you need to correct your corrector. That doesn't make any sense. It's wasting a lot of product. The points are good, but using that much corrector, unnecessary.
The girl that was involved in this video goes by Mina, and just to give you guys an idea on how people are upset with Huda's attitude in her video, her Instagram is currently flooded with comments saying things like, "Apologize to my girl Mina, justice for Mina, that was shady as hell. Hey, I would appreciate if you didn't bully creators and then act like nothing happened. Are you going to apologize?" So as I mentioned, the girl in the TikTok video that Huda had stitched goes by Mina. Mina did something really cool where she used a bunch of different color correctors to form the base of her makeup or her foundation. Her base actually ended up turning beautiful and flawless, and a lot of people thought this was actually really cool that she was able to do all this with just different color correctors. And people pointed out how Huda was just being so sassy in this video, that her tone and vibe was not it, and to make matters worse for Huda, people were also calling her out for her hypocrisy. Because in her video, she had also called out this smaller creator for putting too much color corrector on.
You do not need to use that much color corrector. Actually,
where people pointed out how not too long ago, she was just out here praising Meredith Duxbury, a much larger creator, and guess what? She wasn't giving Meredith the same energy she was for this smaller creator when Meredith was putting on this much foundation. Now, here's where things get a little crazy, because there was also a little backstory to Huda making this post, or should we say a shady little backstory. Mina, the small creator, responded to Huda's video she publicly made about her and ended up sharing some DMs. It turns out Huda had asked Mina, the smaller creator, if she could use her video, just for Mina to find out she was going to end up being roasted for her makeup technique to Huda's 8 million followers, which a lot of people found messed up. Mina responded, and of course she wasn't happy with Huda, and I get it. The fakeness and lovey-dovey tone in the initial DM from Huda's Instagram makes this whole situation more messed up.
Areas, and then
girl,
red, and it should be good.
okay, we do not need to use that much color corrector.
Okay, the next time you roast me or anyone, can you at least give the courtesy of telling us what the video will be about before we agree to letting you post it? Because had I known you were gonna roast me, I would not have let you post it. Because you clearly did not love the video. And you're giving mean girl vibes. Apparently makeup only has rules when it comes to me. That's great.
I don't know if Huda or her team needs to hear this message, but they definitely need to do a double take on the way that they're messaging these small creators. The tone in the DMs was just so misleading and off, saying how they loved her video and just make it seem like they were gonna share it on their huge platform. It just sounded like they were gonna give her some exposure, but it was only for the small creator to find out Huda gave such a opposite response. I mean, pretty much dragging this small creator in front of a million people. It's just so crazy, and if I would have found out that this was the way she'd use my video to pretty much roast me for my makeup technique, I'd also be pissed in this situation, and I completely understand the frustration of Mina. Mina expressed in a TikTok video she uploaded the next day that this had all unfortunately ruined her day since it was so unexpected.
Spend the day with me, Ramadan edition. I woke up at 9 a.m. and immediately started cleaning. I don't know how my room gets messy every day, but it does. But chores help me forget that I'm hungry and thirsty, so it works out. I spent the entire day content creating from 10:30 a.m. to iftar, just batching content for a few days. Then this happened before iftar. My phone was blowing up all night, people messaging me. It definitely made me reflect on all the people that I think represent me in certain industries. I'm just glad I'm not the only one who felt some type of way after watching it. I couldn't focus on studying for my exam the next day, so I just went on YouTube, checked my analytics, which means I had to go to bed early to wake up early the next day. All I can say is that this is an interesting start to my birthday month.
Other creators also spoke out in defense of Mina, and they had some interesting things to say to Huda, pointing out her hypocrisy because they were like, why were you praising Meredith for her foundation techniques and using so much foundation, but when this smaller creator Mina uses layers of color corrector to form the base of her makeup, something seems wrong all of a sudden.
Huda, it ain't adding up because you participated in a trend where a white woman overuses foundation as in ridiculously, and you sat there and you just had a giggle about it and you participated in the trend. But when the South Asian creator basically color corrected and it works for her, you decided to critique her and mock her, even though you DM'd her and you said that you loved her video and you would love to stitch it, acting like you were going to make a very positive video. But instead, you just went and made a negative one. That's so unfair towards the girl, and I really would love to know, why was one okay, but the other isn't? What isn't making sense is the double standards that you have, Huda. That's the only thing that doesn't make sense. This was literally you happily participating in the way that Meredith does her foundation.
There's also a lot of other people saying things like, isn't makeup all about creativity at the end of the day? Like, why is Huda coming for this creator for her makeup techniques, especially when the result came out really amazing at the end? Here's what many people had to say. So, you praise Meredith's foundation technique, but gladly put down Mina's makeup technique that works for her? Be for real. Mina deserves a public apology. This other person said, you didn't have the same energy for Meredith's foundation technique and actually tried it out before final judgment. Why not the same for Mina? This person even said, Huda is straight away giving me Haley vibes. Also, she is so grown. Why is she talking to someone much younger than her like this? This person even said, me cutting up Huda Beauty lashes right now. Anyways, guys, this has been the whole situation and drama that's been going down with Huda. She hasn't yet responded to this situation, but she is posting on her Instagram, but that doesn't mean that the comments calling her out has stopped. I definitely want to know what you guys think about this situation in the comments down below. I'd love to know. I love you guys so much, and as always, I'll see y'all